guys, Patty with Little Red Southern Kitchen. Today we're going to be making baked macaroni and cheese. You saw the ingredients at the beginning, and what I've done is, first you need to preheat your oven to 350, and you need to prepare your pan. What I'm using is a foil pan, and I've sprayed it with some cooking spray. I cut up and cubed my cheeses. As you saw, you can use whatever cheese you want. I'm actually using today sharp cheddar, Munster, and Monterey Jack. You make it yours. Use whatever cheeses you desire. Mine changes constantly. I've also boiled the 1 pound package of elbow macaroni. And you want to boil this to just a little bit less than al dente. And let it cool for a minute, because you are going to be adding eggs to it, and you don't want your cheese to start melting too much that you've done. And for God's sakes, people, I know a lot of people do this, and I used to do it as well. Do not add oil to your pasta or macaroni whenever you're cooking it. Add it to salted water. That's all I added was salt to my water. You might want to stir this around a little bit. Now, my macaroni and cheese, my mother used to make this all the time. I never had Kraft macaroni and cheese or anything like that growing up. This is what we always had. And honestly, I hated it till I got older, and then I realized how good it was. Now with mine, you don't have to make a cheese sauce or anything. This is kind of a, let's say custard, because it's got eggs in it. Alright, what you want to do now is, I'm using evaporated milk. You can use whole milk. I wouldn't recommend 2%. Well, I mean 2% might be okay, but definitely don't use skim or anything. But I've used whole milk, I've used evaporated, and I've used half and half. The evaporated gives it a better, richer flavor to me. Okay, what you want to do is add enough evaporated milk or milk product in here to be able to mix it together a little bit better, and then you might have to add more whenever you put it in the pan. Alright, at this time I've got 3 eggs that I've beaten. You want to add this into it. Also, whenever I cooked the macaroni, whenever it was done, I didn't rinse it or anything. It's just like when you do spaghetti, you want the stuff to stick to it. Macaroni's a little bit different because, you know, you got the custard around it. Alright, at this point, I do want to add my seasonings. I want to add some pepper. Salt. Now, when it comes to salt, you want to be leery of it because, number one, you've cooked your macaroni in the salted water, and your cheeses are salty, so I'm not going to add any salt at this time. Now I add dry mustard, ground dry mustard. I don't know, just maybe a 1/4 of a teaspoon. Let's call that. I don't know why I got that one out. This is better. And then just mix this up. And at this point, you want to pour it into the pan. That's messy. Okay, now I also have some shredded cheddar because I want the cheese to be throughout it. Before we add any more milk to this, add you some shredded cheddar. You can shred it yourself, but I actually had this. A lot of people don't like it because of the wax that's on it, but I've never had any problems with it. I probably added maybe a cup. Stir this up. in it. Now you want to look at it. And you're wanting to make sure that your macaroni is covered with the milk. So I did get another can ready. Okay, maybe I'm going to have problems with it. Just add a little bit. You want to cover it, but don't drown your macaroni. Now, I like to cover mine, cover it with foil. Because if you don't, it's going to get all kinds of black crusties, and I don't know, I just don't like those. And because I'm using this cheap foil pan, I got an ugly pan that I use for things like this, and I am going to cook it. I mean, put it on the pan, just give me a little bit of stability because this is cheap. And I'm going to put this in the oven. As I said, it's a preheated 350 degree oven, and keep it covered. And you want to cook it between 30 and 45 minutes, but check it after 30 and see how it looks. So I'm going to stick this in the oven, and we'll bring you back. Alright guys, this has been in here an hour now. Let's see what you're wanting to look for. Now I took the foil off. If you're looking for it basically getting solidified. And we took the foil off, and we're going to leave this in there another maybe 10-15 minutes max. That was a pretty thick macaroni cheese, so we'll bring you back with the finished product. Okay guys, I have taken this out of the oven. It ended up cooking about an hour and a half, but it is of the right consistency. So what I'm going to do is I'll bring y'all back with the finished plate of everything when supper will be ready. Bye.